going to do some exercises working on our thighs, and we're going to work on the front of the thigh and on our inner thighs as well. So there's a couple of things that I've got with me today to use. I've got a couple of cushions, and that's just to get our hips in a good position for the exercises that we're going to do lying down. And I've also got a small Pilates ball. Now, if you haven't got a ball, you don't need one for this exercise, but if you have, it's just going to focus the inner thighs a little bit. So it's entirely up to you. Okay, so from here, we're going to start in standing, and we're going to start with our feet hip distance apart. We want to think about spreading out the toes, coming up nice and tall through the legs without tensing the knees. Hands to the pelvis, we're going to do a little rock forwards and a little rock backwards. So we're just loosening off the back. If I go side on, you can just see how we're just rotating the pelvis. And we want to come to rest, so we're not arching forward, we're not tucking in, we've just got that sense of length down through the spine. And then allow the ribs to float over the pelvis, collarbones to widen, and then neck nice and long. So, from here, I want you to think about taking the weight back into the heels, and we're going to fold the knees and hips just to gently come down, holding that position, and then we're gently going to come back up. So we're going to breathe out, weight into the heels, breathe in to hold, breathe out to come back up. Now if I go side on, I want you again to think about that length through the spine. So we're not dropping the tummy forward, we're not rounding the back, we're trying to keep nice and straight. Knees are lined up over the foot, and knees are lined up sort of in the middle of the foot as well. So we're going to come down, hold it there, and back up. Fantastic. So, if you haven't got a ball, what I'm going to get you to do is just to come down, weight into the heels, and then imagine there's a ball between the knees, and you're just gently and very slightly drawing in. And you should just feel those inner thighs working a little bit. Hold, and then come back up. Okay, so we've got weight into the heels, holding that there, gently drawing in. Can you see it's only a fraction? You can hardly probably see my knees moving at all, but you just feel those inner thighs working a little bit, and then come back up. Now if you have any knee problems, don't hold it there for too long. And back, so we're breathing out to come down, breathing in to hold, and out to come back. Now if you do have one of the Pilates balls, you're going to pop it between the knees. It's the same exercise. We're just going to gently keep that ball in place. So we're not really trying to squeeze it as hard as we can. We're just trying to keep it in place, and that will you'll just feel those inner thigh muscles working a little bit. So we come down, hold, and back up. Let's do one more. And back. Fantastic. Okay, so from here I'm going to place the ball down. I'm going to come and have a lie down on our side. So make sure you've got enough cushions with you to support the knee and also to support your head. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the mat. So if you grab a cushion, a pillow, or a rolled up towel, something to support your top leg, you're going to put it so it's sort of lined up with your pelvis or with your tummy, and come and have a lie down on your side. Now you might need to adjust this position slightly. So we're going to lengthen both legs and try and balance on our underneath hip, thinking about the length through the spine. And then the top knee we want to bring up and rest on our pads. And what we're looking for is that our hip and knee are sort of level, so that the knee comes straight out from the hip joint, it's not too low, and also it's not dropping down towards the floor and rolling the pelvis forward. So that's sort of roughly the height that you need, is to keep the knee at the same height as your hip. The underneath leg then is lengthened out, and we want to think of the length all the way down through the top half of the body to the pelvis, and then through the underneath leg. And from here, we're going to take the underneath leg and do a little gentle lift and gentle lower. So we're going to breathe out and breathe in. And the idea with this is to get the inner thigh muscles working, but you're not wanting to go too high. You don't want to put any pressure on the hip. So it's a gentle lift and a gentle lower. Breath out to lift breath into lower. And we're keeping as much length as we can here, so we're not sinking down, we're just keeping a little bit longer through the side. And we don't get our inner thighs working that much, so it's quite a nice exercise to do to sort of strengthen. But it shouldn't be uncomfortable. Breathing out. Breathing in. And back. Looking for a nice smooth movement. We're going to do one more. And then come down. We're then going to take the top leg and balance it on top of the underneath leg. And we want again to keep that sense of length all the way down the spine. Hand here for support. This time underneath leg is going to stay still and we're going to lift the top and then come down. So this time we're working sort of the outside of the thigh. Breath out, breath in. You're also going to be working your core because you need to balance on your side. So if you want to work a bit harder, you could pop your hand on your pelvis. Just watch the shoulder stays away from the ears. And you might notice that I'm pointing my toe to lift and flexing my foot to lower. That just sort of energises the leg a little bit. Hopefully you can all start to feel that working now through that leg. Let's do a couple more. I'm also not letting my leg drop below hip height, so I'm not dropping it down to the floor. I'm keeping that little gap between just to protect the hip. And then when you finish, if you bring that leg, you can bring it on top of the cushion and just give it a little stretch. Fantastic. So we need to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to swap ends of the mat and we'll do the same on the other leg. So again, you're wanting to line the cushion up with sort of the tummy or the pelvis. Come onto the side. Lengthen the underneath leg and then just make sure you've got your cushion in so that you can rest and relax that top leg. And ideally, you want your knee level with your hip. Mine's maybe a little bit low on this side. Then we're going to keep on our side, lengthen down through the waist, and then from here, we're going to lift and lower. Breath out. Breath in. Again, balancing on our side so we're not rolling forwards or back. Should feel it working the inner thigh. We're not trying to lift as high as we can. We're just trying to just get it to leave the floor to get those inner thighs working. Trying to make that smooth movement. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Fantastic. Well done, ladies. I'm going to do a few more if we can. Remember, you are allowed to stop at any point. Last one. And then down. We're going to take both legs out this time. We're going to try and balance on that underneath hip. So we're lying on our side, oops, hips and shoulders stacked. And then from there, we're going to lift and lower. So slightly easier with your hand in front for support, slightly harder with your hand on your pelvis because you've got to balance. You're trying to keep that control. And again, I'm not letting my foot drop any lower than the hip. And that just prevents any pressure on the hip joints. You're coming up and down. So hopefully you should again be starting to feel that working on that top leg. Try and keep your balance if you can. Breath out and breath in. And little flexes of the foot just energises that leg that little bit more. Fantastic. A couple more if you can. Last one. And then we come down. Again, we can bring that top leg on. Just give it a little bit of a rub. And then we're going to finish on our back. So if you come onto your back, you don't need the cushions, so I'll place those out of the way. And then from here, I want you to bring your knees and feet together. Just have your arms just gently off to the side of the mat and just allow the ribs and the lower back to sink into the mat. And all we're going to do is have a little inner thigh stretch. So we're going to roll the knees out, keeping the tummy level, keeping the pelvis level, and just allow that stretch on your inner thighs. Just breathe in to hold, gently bring them back in. So we're watching with this one that we don't arch the back, and you don't have to go very far, just till you feel a comfortable stretch. And then slowly bring them back in. Fantastic. Let's do one more. And back together. And then if we bring one leg into the chest, bring the other leg in, just give yourself a little hug. And then place one leg down. And the other leg. And then just slowly, when you're ready, come back up into sitting. Fantastic. So those are just some exercises to work on the front of the thigh, the inner thigh, and on the outer thigh as well. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.